Good day, third year English literature students. Today we are going to discuss a literary term named problem play. Now, let us understand this term, which consists of two words, problem and play. Play, as we all know, is another name for drama. And what is a drama? Drama is a literary genre which is meant to be enacted on stage, which has characters, which has dialogues, and which is non-narrative. So it is clear that play is a drama. Now this word problem. Problem here means that it deals with a certain issue which is problematic individually, socially, or universally. So, a problem play basically is a literary genre. It is a form of drama that emerged during the 19th century, and it was a part of the wider movement of realism in arts, especially following the innovations of Henrik Ibsen. Now, let us discuss this word realism. Now, till the modern ages, drama was based on such characters which were not real, or they did not deal with the situations of common people. For example, let us take the example of Shakespeare's comedies or tragedies. Tragedies, as we all know, had heroes of higher strata, belonging to the higher strata of society. Hamlet was a prince, the major character. Then Othello was an army general. Then King Lear was a king. And Macbeth was also the commander of army. So they all the heroes of the tragedies by William Shakespeare, they hailed from the higher strata of society. In the same way, in the comedies, we have dukes and duchesses, and we also have fairies and elves and supernatural characters. But in the modern era, there emerged a new type of drama which was called the problem play. And it consisted it consisted of the most important element, that is called realism. Realism means it contained reality. The characters were real. The characters were more near to the common human beings, and even the problem was more near to the day-to-day problems. So what happened? That the audience or the readers could associate their problems with the problems of the character. So the element of realism is very, very important in problem play. And as the name suggests, problem plays, they introduce a social or individual or a domestic problem in front of either the readers or the audience. And Henrik Ibsen is the name which is associated with problem play. Now, Henrik Ibsen wrote a problem play named A Doll's House. And in that play, he shows Nora as the central character, and Nora is considered to be a doll, is taken for a doll by her husband. She was given names like Squirrel and Bird, my spendthrift bird, and all such names. But she was not given any right. So the seemingly happy domestic life culminated into Nora leaving the house. Now, because the audience was not in the habit of accepting that a lady should move out of a domestic periphery. So the audience was annoyed, or rather audience was disappointed, and they reached Henrik Ibsen with the demand of changing the ending of the play Doll's House, because they all were disheartened or they were taken aback. So Henrik Ibsen, under a pressure, initially changed the ending of the play A Doll's House, but he thought that if I will change the ending, the patriarchal society will never change itself, will never review its behavior towards the women. So he retained the original ending of the play A Doll's House, with Nora leaving the house, because he wanted that the audience or the readers should think. They should take this thought even after they have left the theatre, even after they have stopped watching A Doll's House. He wanted to create a disturbance in the mind of the audience, because it was an open-ended play. Open-ended play means he did not end the play with "and they lived happily ever after" note, or a sad note. He left the audience bewildered. He left the audience disturbed and distracted, so that they should think about the behavior of husbands, how they treat their wives. So here, Nora, who seems to be a happy housewife, and she is so-called respected and loved by her husband. But when a crisis comes, she is not given support by her own husband. So Nora is taken aback and she decides to leave the house with, leaving behind her husband and 3 children. So it was an open-ended play. Why? Because Ibsen did not give a hint whether Nora will return to her household or whether she has permanently left the house and gone forever. So open-ended plays, open-ended climax is also one of the feature of problem play. So as I told you, that problem play deals with social issues through debates between the characters on the stage, who typically represent conflicting points of view within a realistic social context. Now, it is said that this genre emerged from the ferment of the 1890s, for the most part inspired by the example of Ibsen's realistic stage representations of serious familial and social conflicts. So I would suggest all of you to either read this play, Doll's House, or watch a movie based on A Doll's House. You will have a clear idea of what a problem play means. Now, in a problem play, there is a problem posed. It can be a problem of language, it can be a problem of social indifference, it can be a feminist problem also. But there is a problem on which the author wants us to think over. He wants us to ponder over certain issues which have been left by the audience. Now, so I hope you have understood problem play. Problem play is a literary genre which poses before us an individual, social, domestic, or a universal problem, and the characters are very real. We can relate the characters' problem with our problems. Realism is one of the important aspects of a problem play, and Henrik Ibsen is known to be the father of problem play. So, in our next lesson, we will do in detail the problem play which is prescribed in our course of study. Thank you.